What's up guys? In this video I'm going to talk about our latest email waterfall that we use for all of our clients now and our own campaigns, and I just want to share this with you because I think it's so important to help you to maximize your deliverability and the longevity of your sender mailboxes. So before I dive into that, I just want to give you one little tip that I have going on in this play workbook, which is we uploaded a list from Apollo into the first table, and in this first table we don't have any enrichments happening. All we're doing is we're sending this data into the enrichments table, which is the second table. The reason why I like to do this is because when I'm working on enrichments for a new workbook, I just want to send some data at first. I don't want to send all the data. As you can see here, we have 16,000 rows. I don't want to mess things up and have, for example, a Clagent column that is highly intensive usage of OpenAI tokens. I don't want to run that on 16,000 rows. I need to find that there's a mistake in the prompt and the outputs are garbage. So to minimize my risk, I just send 100 rows firstly and then work on all my enrichments. And then once I'm happy with them and I've tested them and I can see that they're working really well, then I will send in the rest of the rows into this second table. So that's exactly what we've done here. And now we have 14,000 rows. It has deduped. That's why it's gone from 16,000 to 14,000. Now I'm going to talk about the reason why you clicked on this video, which is to talk about the newest email waterfall that we are running. So the first thing is, in order to find someone's email address, you need their full name and you need their domain. So step one in this table is to find missing domains. Then step two is to find missing company descriptions. So we're doing that so that we can use the company descriptions to personalize the messaging. So in this example, we are making sure that the companies we're reaching out to are an A grade or a B grade in terms of their B2B focus, not a C or a D, which would indicate that they're more B2C focused. And if those conditions are met, then we run the email waterfall. So the email waterfall is what I want to dive into in here. Currently, I use Lead Magic for a couple of reasons. I'm going to share those with you right now. So the first reason is that for validating emails, Lead Magic is the most economical tool on the market, as well as being one of the highest quality in terms of the data it returns to you. So it costs 1/20th of a credit, a Lead Magic credit, to validate an email address. This is something that a lot of people don't realize. If they go on the Lead Magic website, they might see you get 10,000 credits for $99 a month or $100 a month, and they might think, oh, 10,000 credits and it costs 1 credit to validate an email address. No, it costs 1 credit to validate 20 email addresses. So that's 200,000 email addresses you could validate for $100 a month using that tool. Another reason why I absolutely love Lead Magic for validating and finding email addresses is because it tells you whether the email address is a catch-all or a valid catch-all. And the third reason is that it tells you the MX provider. For example, here you can see it's Google Workspace in all of these in this filtered view. And so we run that. That is the first step. We will validate the Apollo email addresses and figure out if they're deliverable or not and find out their MX provider. I'm going to switch from the filtered view I have here to the default view. What's happening is we're validating the Apollo email address. That's step one. It's telling us whether it's valid or invalid or a valid catch-all. It's telling us the MX provider. Is it Microsoft? Is it Google Workspace? Is it one of these security email gateways like Mimecast, or is it unknown? And then it's outputting a security email gateway check if it is using Mimecast or Barracuda Networks or Proofpoint and things like that. So this is excellent because we can then filter out all the crap that we don't want to reach out to. We don't want to reach out to companies that are using these security email gateways, because if anyone receiving your emails marks you as spam, and if that happens a few times, these security email gateways are going to tell everyone in their entire network of clients that you're a spammer, and then you're just not going to land in anyone's email box inboxes. So we filter those out. You could put them in a separate campaign using another small batch of mailboxes that you don't care so much about, just to see if you can get through, land in the inbox and get away with it and not get flagged as a spammer and start bouncing. So you could do that, but generally to play it safe, currently I just don't. And so anyway, what we've covered so far is validating the Apollo email address. That's step one. Now, step two is to find an email address using Lead Magic again. So this time we're not using the validate email tool, but we're using the find email tool. We're using the domain merged, which we found in step one. And then we have run conditions. So very important. Only run if the status of the Lead Magic validating the Apollo email address was equal to invalid, or if the email field, meaning the Apollo email address, did not contain an @ symbol. So those are the run conditions that we need to have in place so we don't burn through Lead Magic credits. And that is step two. So again, even if you find an email address using Lead Magic, it's going to tell you the status, is it a catch-all? It's going to tell you the MX provider like Microsoft, Mimecast, Google Workspace, unknown. And then we merge those two values. So we merge the valid Apollo email addresses with the valid Lead Magic email addresses, and we get this. So this is a merge fields column in Clay, and you can use AI to set up conditions for those. So we have quite complex conditions here just to ensure that we're getting only the valids that are not using security gateways, and we have all of those. Then step three is we're using find email, find email. Amazing wordplay. So this tool is very powerful, and it is incredibly good at finding a lot more email addresses than pretty much anything else on the market, from my testing anyway. And that's why I love to use it as a third step. It is a bit more pricey than Lead Magic and Kit, but it finds a lot more email addresses, so it's totally worth it. And it finds email addresses that other tools can't find. That's the point. Now, it will tell you that those email addresses are valid, it will tell you the status, or it will tell you they're invalid. But as you know, what I'm trying to do is avoid security gateways, and in a minute I'll get into why I'm also currently avoiding Microsoft completely at this point. And so we're using Lead Magic again to validate the find email emails, and then we're getting the results there, and Lead Magic is enriching the data further, telling us who's the MX provider. Oh, it's Microsoft. Oh, it's unknown. Oh, it's Google. And so then we get our final email valid column, another merged column of all the valid emails, no matter where we found them from. And then we are doing a couple of formulas. So this first formula is saying if any of those MX providers contains the word Google, just output the word Google, so that I know that this is a valid email address and it's a Google Workspace email. Then we do the same thing with this formula where we're saying if any of those sources, MX provider information, contains the word Microsoft or Exchange server or email exchange, then output the word Microsoft, so I know which ones are Microsoft and valid. And then all the security email gateways I just don't care about. I could email them in a smaller separate campaign with separate email sender accounts if I wanted to test it and see how long those live for and if we can even land in the inbox, but right now I just don't care. So that's why I'm not doing a security email gateways column here. I could do, but that's just another tip for you if you want to implement that and test it. And then what I'm doing is I'm just having two versions of every single campaign that I set up for our clients and for our own campaigns, where one of them is Google only and the other one is Microsoft. And from doing these tests over the last couple of months, it's clear as daylight that you just cannot land in Microsoft mailboxes currently. And so what I'm seeing from my tests is that you just you cannot land. You might get one or two through, but your reply rates will be like less than 1%, whereas with Google we're able to get reply rates anywhere from like 2.5 to even 10% when we're running highly personalized campaigns. And what else should I tell you? We have tested, we've been using Hypertide mailboxes on and off for the last year. Those are Microsoft Azure, I believe, infrastructure. Now I think they've recently changed it to something even better, but from my experience, we were able to land in Microsoft inboxes even within the last month. However, the sender bounce rates start climbing up and getting uncontrollable very quickly. So those mailboxes tend to last for about 3 or 4 weeks. We were in that campaign reaching out to enterprises, larger companies that are mostly on Microsoft. And so that proved to be unviable economically. It's not possible for us to just keep buying tons of domains and mailboxes every couple of weeks or every 3 or 4 weeks, right? So currently what I'm doing is I'm just reaching out to Google Workspace recipients. And I know that by putting this video on YouTube, a lot of you are going to start doing the same thing if you're not already. But this ensures that, number one, you can actually land in the inbox. Number two, it ensures that your mailboxes, your sender accounts, last a lot longer. And number three, it ensures that you have a much higher chance of keeping all of your clients happy if you're running cold email as a service, or if you're running cold email for your own business only, such as a recruitment agency, get in touch with me, then you have more chance of getting success and receiving positive replies and generating meetings with your clients. So I hope that this video has helped you. If you found this useful, then click like, subscribe to the channel. We have a ton more content like this coming out soon. And if you would like help to get more meetings and positive replies for your business so that you can scale consistently without depending on ads or word of mouth and SEO and PPC, then click the link in the description, book a call with me, and let's have a chat and see if we can help you. Thanks, talk to you soon.